Let me ask you something. Have you ever been sitting there doing absolutely nothing and suddenly you feel off? Not sad, not angry, just empty. Your phone doesn't help. Music doesn't help. Motivation videos don't help. And you think, why can't I just feel happy for no reason? Now, here's the shocking part. Your brain can switch into a happier state in 15 seconds without fixing your life, without positive thinking, and without forcing motivation. Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple brain tricks that instantly lift your mood. But listen closely. The third trick is the most powerful, and if you miss it, you'll miss the one that changes how your brain reacts to stress. Forever. So stay with me until the end. Let's start with a quick story. Imagine this. 2 people experience the same bad day. Same traffic, same stress, same problems. One feels miserable all night. The other shakes it off and feels okay. The difference isn't their life. How their brain reacted in the first few seconds. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to react fast. And once you understand how that reaction works, you can interrupt it almost instantly. That's where these 3 tricks come in. Let's jump into the first one. Trick number 1, the face feedback switch. Here's something most people don't know. Your brain doesn't just create emotions. It also listens to your body to decide how you feel. And your face is one of its biggest sources of information, right? Now do this with me. Gently raise your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Let the corners of your mouth lift just a little. Not a big smile, just a soft one. Hold it for 15 seconds. Here's what's happening. Your brain receives a signal that says, oh, we must be safe. And when your brain thinks you're safe, it reduces stress chemicals and boosts feel-good ones. You didn't force happiness. You signaled it. This works even if your mood was bad just seconds ago. Why? Because your brain reacts to physical cues faster than thoughts. That's why this trick works almost instantly. Now, here's the mistake people make. They wait to feel happy before changing their body. But your brain works in reverse. Change the signal first. The emotion follows. And that brings us to trick number 2. So, now you know how to tell your brain, I'm safe. But what if your brain won't stop thinking? What if your mind is racing, replaying problems, or jumping into the future with anxiety? That's where this next trick comes in. Trick number 2, the name it to tame it. Reset. Your brain has 2 main modes, thinking mode and reacting mode. When emotions spike, your brain jumps into reaction. Here's the shortcut. The moment you feel stressed, anxious, or low, say this silently or out loud. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling irritated. That's it. Just name it. No analysis, no fixing. And here's the magic. The moment you label the emotion, your brain shifts control from emotional centers to logical centers. It's like flipping a switch. Instead of being the emotion, you're observing it. That alone reduces intensity in seconds. Think of it like this. If a storm is happening inside, you're soaked. But once you name it, you're watching the storm from inside a house. Same storm, different experience. And here's why this works so fast. Your brain can't fully panic and fully label at the same time. Labeling interrupts the loop. You don't need to calm down. You don't need solutions. You just need one sentence. Now, imagine combining this with the first trick. Your face says, I'm safe. Your mind says, I see what's happening. That's powerful. But we're not done, because the third trick does something different. It changes how your brain releases happiness chemicals. And this is the one you do not want to miss. Most people chase happiness the wrong way. They wait for good news. They wait for motivation. They wait for life to improve. But your brain doesn't release happiness after success. It releases it during progress. And once you learn how to trigger that, you can feel better almost instantly. Let's talk about the final trick. Trick number 3, the micro win. Dopamine hit. This is the most important one. You miss this, you miss the fastest. Happiness trigger your brain has. Here. It is. Your brain releases dopamine not when you finish big goals, but when you complete tiny actions right now. Pick one small action that takes less than 15 seconds. Straighten your posture. Take one slow breath. Drink a sip of water. Check off one tiny task. Do it now. That's it. Here's what just happened. Your brain detected progress. And progress equals dopamine. That dopamine doesn't just make you feel good. Increases motivation, focus, and optimism. This is why starting is always the hardest part. Once you start, your brain helps you continue. But most people wait to feel motivated before acting. That's backwards. Action comes first. Motivation follows. This trick is powerful because it works anytime. Bad mood, micro win. Low energy, micro win. Stuck, micro win. You don't need big changes. You need movement. And your brain will reward you immediately. Now, imagine this. You're having a rough moment. Instead of spiraling, you soften your face. Name the emotion. Create one tiny win. In under a minute, your nervous system shifts. Not because life changed, but because your brain chemistry did. That's real control. And the more you use these tricks, the faster your brain responds. These aren't habits you need to build. They're switches you can flip. And once you know where the switches are, you're never stuck in a bad state for long. Let's wrap this up. Here's the truth, Nost. People never learn. Happiness isn't something you find. It's something you activate. Your brain already has everything it needs. You just learned how to signal safety in seconds. How to stop emotional spirals instantly. How to signal safety in seconds. How to stop emotional spirals instantly. How to trigger happiness chemicals on demand. After watching this video, you can take control of your mood in 15 seconds or less. No waiting, no forcing, just simple brain science working for you. And the next time you feel off, overwhelmed or stuck, you'll know exactly what to do. Because happiness isn't far away. It's one small switch. Every morning, David woke up with the same feeling. Heavy, tired, and beaten before the day even began. He dragged himself out of bed, the world already weighing more than his strength. His friend Sarah once sent him a link to a short YouTube video titled 3 Brain Tricks That Make You Happier in 15 Seconds. David never thought a few tricks could change anything. Until today. On Monday, after another restless night, David clicked the video with a sigh. Within seconds, the cheerful narrator suggested something simple. Curl your lips into a slow smile, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe. Felt strange, almost silly, but he tried it anyway. A slow smile, deep breath in, and suddenly his tense shoulders loosened. The world didn't magically transform, but his mind felt a little lighter. He walked to the cafe, trying the second trick. Name your thoughts when stress hits. When a swarm of anxious ideas buzzed in his head, David whispered, fear, worry, uncertainty. Giving them a name made them seem smaller, easier to observe, not overwhelming shadows. Later, while waiting for his coffee, David noticed a tiny bird hopping on the pavement, pecking at crumbs. He tried the third trick, celebrate a micro win, and smiled at that tiny moment of joy, however small. That day, David didn't solve all his problems, but by evening the heaviness had eased. A 15-second smile led to focused thoughts, which led to noticing tiny wonders. David found that happiness wasn't a distant horizon. It was hidden in little tricks that trained his brain, one tiny moment at a time.